Okay, boys and girls, we're starting this lesson 4-6, which is adding expressions. Okay, so here we're looking at this expression, 5 plus 3m, the quantity, plus the quantity of 9 plus 2d. So what we're looking for is we are looking for those terms that are like terms. Like terms, as we just went over, are terms that have the same variable raised to the same exponent. So let's see if we can spot them. It looks like if we look at 3m, is there any other term with a variable m? And the answer is no, so there's no like term. And how about 2d? Is there another term with the variable of d? No. So those do not have any like terms to add with them. But look at this. We have 5 and 9. Now neither of those terms have a variable, and so they are like terms. So if we add 5 plus 9, what do we get? We get 14. And so we are going to say that 5 plus 9 is 14, and then we're going to keep the expression going with 3m, because remember that didn't have anything to add to it, and then plus what at the end? 2d. And that's our answer right there. Okay, similar problem here. We're going to add the expressions together. It's just that there are some fractions. Don't let it throw you though. So what we're adding is we're adding 8 over 11n minus 9 plus 2 over 11n plus 11. So we're going to look for the like terms. Can you see them? Is there a like term for 8 over 11n? Is there another term with the variable of n? Yes, it is 2 over 11n. And let's take a look for perhaps some different like terms. We know that negative 9 could go with positive 11 because neither of those have a variable. So those are our pairs of like terms. Let's add them together and see what we get. So this problem just wants you to fill in the blanks. So what are we going to group together with 2 over 11n? What goes with 2 over 11n? It is 8 over 11n. That goes right in that box. And then what over here goes with negative 9? We'll look up above. The other number in the green circle is positive 11, right? So we're going to take 11 and we're going to write it right there in that box. Now if we add those terms together, what's 8 over 11n plus 2 over 11n? We're going to add the numerators, right? That's an n right there. And we're going to get 10. 8 plus 2 is 10 over 11n. That is going to go right there in that box right there. And then what do we get when we add negative 9 plus 11? It's 11 minus 9, right? So we add 11 plus negative 9, that's what we're doing right there, and that's 2. So the 2 goes right there. There, we got it. Okay, adding expressions, getting a little more complicated, it's a little bit longer. Let's see what we got. We have, is there any term that we could add with 8, positive 8? Yes. Other terms without variables are negative 3 and positive 4. Now, let's see if we have some other terms we could add together. We have 6d, but there are no other terms with a d. We have 9y, but there are no other terms with y. And we have 8m, and there are no other terms with m. And so, all we're going to do is we are going to take 8 plus negative 3 plus 4, and we're going to add all that together. 8 minus 3 is 5, plus 4 is 9. And then we're simply going to add on our other terms that are underlined in green. So it's going to be 9 plus 6d plus 9y plus 8m. Since those terms don't have any like terms, this is the final expression. We combined what we could, and then we're done. Once you can't combine any more terms, then you're done. Okay, let's try another one. Let's see if we can identify all the like terms. Here we have negative 3x. Now where is another term with x in it? Here's one, 8x. You see that? It's positive. Let's change colors here and let's look for more terms. Here we have a term without a variable, negative 2. And we have another term right there without a variable, that's 5. And that looks like all of those. And let's see if we can't change this color one more time. We have a positive 7m there and a positive 4m there. So now let's add together all the terms that are in the same color circle. So if we take negative 3x plus 8x and add that together, that's 5x, because 8 minus 3 is 5. Let's take negative 2 and add 5. Those are the green, the terms in the green circles. And 5 minus 2 is 3. So this is going to be part of our answer. This is going to be part of our answer. And now let's do the last terms in the red circles. That's 7m, positive, plus 4m. That's also positive, which is 11m. So all those three terms are going to be in our answer. So if we just write them down, 5x plus 3 plus 11m, that is our final answer. And it goes right there. A word problem. No problem. We know how to do these. Says, Frank is going to plant D vegetable seeds in one garden and 2D plus 7 vegetable seeds in another. How many seeds is Frank going to plant? Well, that means we're going to take D and we're going to add 2D plus 7. And you can see that if we add D plus 2D, that's 3D. Those are our like terms, plus 7, because 7 doesn't have another like term. So this is our answer. He's going to plant 3D plus 7 seeds. Goes right there. Another word problem. Here we go. It says an art class is making a mural for their school, which has a triangle drawn in the middle. The length of the bottom of the triangle is x. So the length is x. Another side is 12 more than 2 times the length of the bottom of the triangle. We'll get back to that. And the last side is 10 more than the bottom of the triangle. Write and simplify an expression. Well, let's try and draw the triangle actually first. If we draw a triangle, how long did it say the bottom side was? It says the length of the bottom of the triangle is x. So I'll label that as x. Then it says another side is 12 more than 2 times the length. Well, that means 2 times the length, but 12 more than that means plus 12. And finally, the last side is 10 more than the bottom of the triangle. So that means the bottom of the triangle plus 10, because it's 10 more than that. Now, we're going to add up all the things that are like, all the terms that are alike. And we have x here, and we have x here, and we have 2x there. So how much is 1x right here, plus another 1x, that's 2x, right? And plus another 2x, how much is that? That's 4x total. 4x. And we have to also add up this positive 10 and this positive 12. Those are like terms. So 10 plus 12 is how much? Plus 22. And so that is the expression for the perimeter, or the total length of all 3 sides in the triangle. That's our answer. What, another word problem? All right, we got this. It says, on a math test, a student, Sarah, has to identify all the coefficients and constants of the expression 7b plus 3 plus m. Sarah says that 7 is a coefficient and 3 is a constant. So we have to identify all the coefficients and constants of the expression and then answer what error might Sarah have made. All right, well, we remember that if there's a variable like x, that the coefficient would be a multiplier or some number in front of it. So we know 3 would be the coefficient and x would be the variable. So in this expression right here, which one is the coefficient? The coefficient in our expression 7b plus 3 plus m, let me change color here. The coefficient you can see clearly is right there, 7. And we can see also that 3 is a constant. It's just a number all by itself. That's the definition of a constant. So it looks like Sarah is correct about all that. But we have to identify all the coefficients and constants. And so what we're missing is this coefficient right there in front of m. If it's just 1m, you can see that the coefficient that's really missing is a 1. It should be a 1 right in front of the m like that. And so right here, the coefficients of the expression are 7 and 1, and this answer goes right there. And the constants of the expression are what? We already identified the constants. It's 3. So 3 is the answer that goes right there. Now, what error might Sarah have made? Well, we know that she got everything that she said right, it's just that she didn't say everything. And so when we read through the answers, take a minute to do that. We know that Sarah did not include the coefficient 1. She forgot about that one. Okay, this one says the width of a rectangle is 8y minus 4.5 feet, and the length is 4.5y plus 6 feet. Find the perimeter. All right, well, let's draw a rectangle to begin with. Let's draw a rectangle. We know that the width is 8y minus 4.5, and we know the length, that's a point right there, and we know the length is 4.5y plus 6. So to find the perimeter, we don't know what y is, so we have to use an expression still with y. Y is still going to be part of our answer, right? So let's combine the like terms. That's all we can do. So we know that 4.5y can combine with 8y. Those are the same variable. And we also know that 6 can combine with 4.5. Keep in mind that's going to be negative. And so, change colors back to red. 8y plus 4.5y is 12.5y. So that's going to be part of our answer. And we know that 6 take away 4.5, that's 6.0, because the 4.5 was negative. Do you remember that right there? So 6 was positive. So 6 minus 4.5 is 1.5. And so our final answer would be 12.5y plus 1.5. That is what we put in our answer. Okay, one more word problem. It says Karen and Kevin collect coins. Karen has X coins. Kevin has 6 coins fewer than 5 times the number of coins Karen has. Now that sounds confusing, but we'll work it out. Write and simplify an expression for the total number of coins Karen and Kevin have. Okay. Excuse me, boys and girls. So Karen, let's write this down. Karen has X coins. That's and Kevin has 6 coins fewer than 5 times. So 5 times the number of coins Karen has is 5x, 5 times x. But he has 6 fewer than that, which means take that total and subtract 6. And so the total of what they have is just add all this together. How much is 5x plus 1x? That's 6x. And 6, there's no like term with 6, so it's just minus 6. And there is the total expression for their number of coins. Pretty simple, huh?